What's up, interwebs? Welcome to the Storytime Podcast. I'm Tim.
And I'm Adam.
And this is where we go through an old first draft of mine and read the chapter. We discuss the chapter, and if we remember the rest of the story, which we have not figured out remember to do in this entire podcast.
It's
and
okay.
We're in the second to last chapter of the story. Oh well. We're saving it for the epilogue. Episode of this podcast where we discuss everything. Right.
Right.
We're like I said, we're wrapping this podcast season up soon. Penultimate episode of the readings.
Okay.
Penultimate chapter, and I know you have some stuff to say about this one, but let's get to the reading. But before we do that, Adam, we got stuff we gotta take care of.
Yes, we do.
If you're going to enjoy this episode, we would love it if you would smash that like button and do it as a prayer to the holy algorithm.
The holy algorithm.
And subscribe, click out writing content on this channel. But maybe you need a good laugh.
Heck yeah.
Outside of laughing at how bad my writing is in these early years. But go check out Adam's terrible gameplay channel. Adam?
It's not terrible. We're above being bad. We're mid.
You're not mid yet.
Go check out ZOP Gaming. It's a bunch of friends hanging out playing video games together. Usually story-based video games.
Where's the tagline?
Hey, we put the quotes around pro.
There you go. All right, now that we got that covered, we'll get to Adam's reading, and we'll be back to talk about this chapter.
24. Mysterious man. Finally, said the old man, back where I belong, even though my time on Earth was interesting. Enough to confirm the stories. Who are you? Shouted Lord Sphere. How did you open the gate? My name is not important, said the old gray man. Well, not until I know who is talking to me. As I opened the gate, I felt it open earlier, but for some reason, it closed before I could get to it. When I reached where it was, I found a strange coin lying near it. I just used my marks to reopen it after seeing the symbol on the coin. Now, who are you to demand an explanation from me? How dare you talk that way to Lord Sphere? Shouted Gamgee. You entered his palace without permission. You should feel lucky that he has not decided to kill you for your intrusion on the current matters. Gamgee, shut up, said Lord Sphere with a strange look on his face. You have no idea who you're talking to. So you can read minds, said the old gray man. I take it you know who I am then. Read minds? Said Alkaline. Yes, said Lord Sphere. That is how I knew what you were doing, which is how my feet were in a counter position so I could avoid your attack. Now, I would love to talk with you, but I'm in the middle of something. Seeing Sphere distracted, a bright flash and a sword like the one Zack had appeared against Gamgee at the dance appeared in his hand. He brought it up and knocked Sphere's sword from his throat and rolled away. He quickly got to his feet and charged and swung at Sphere's head. Sphere ducked in mid-sentence and thrusted his sword at Alkaline's legs, but he jumped over it. Alkaline landed and swung his blade back, smashing into Sphere and holding it there. The two stood staring at each other with their blades locked. You're not just a sentinel, but you're one of the remaining rogues, said Lord Sphere. Interesting. I should have known you're too good to just be a sentinel. Thank you, said Alkaline. However, this will be our last meeting? I agree, said Lord Sphere. Gamgee, kill them all, except Zack. Start with the girl. My pleasure, said Gamgee, drawing his sword. Gamgee ran right for Violet. Zack, who was back on his feet, drew his sword and went to block him, but Gamgee just ran right into him. The force of Gamgee's hitting Zack sent him stumbling backwards and right into the old gray man, who was standing a few feet behind him. The two collided and fell to the floor. Zack quickly got back to his feet and ran for Gamgee. But the old gray man did not like that he had been hit. He summoned a sword just like Alkaline, but it was black and curved. He swung at Zack, and seeing out of the corner of the eye, he was able to dodging the attack. He was forced to leave his feet. He rolled and stood back up. He looked up and saw Ryan fighting with Gamgee. So he turned his attention to the old gray man. Just as he turned, the old gray man was on him, bringing his sword down on his head. Zack brought up his sword as a reaction. The blade clashed, bringing the blade down from the power. He turned his body so the blade hit the ground, but Zack was off balance, and the old man hit him in the face with the hilt of his sword. With a thud, he landed on his back, all the air forced out of his lungs. The old man stood over him, with his blade ready to strike if he moved. Dazed a little from not being able to breathe, Zack noticed the battle that Ryan was having with Gamgee. It was more of a defense. Ryan could not pull off an attack, but was defending from Gamgee's attacks. He saw one attack that hit Ryan, and the force caused him to lose his sword. Gamgee came around him and slashed him across his chest and abdomen. The force of the attack went deep and forced him to forward flip onto his back. Bleeding began to gush from the wound. Gamgee did not finish him, but went right for Violet. Zack became angry, seeing his friends get hurt. He turned to the old gray man, standing his sword over him. Suddenly, he swung his legs, catching the old man by surprise, forcing him off balance. He stumbled back, but was able to remain on his feet, and that was all Zack needed. He brought his legs over his head, pressing on the floor with his shoulder, threw his legs forward and jumped to his feet. Still holding his sword, he attacked the old man, but with great force. Zack swung his blade at the old man's head, but he was able to block it. As soon as his sword hit the old man's, Zack turned his body and came around with another strike. Again, the old man was able to block, but the force of his attacks made it hard for the old man to stay balanced. He continued the forced attacks as if Zack had lost control. He swung with only aim and great power, and when they were blocked, he was able to come up with another just as fast as he threw the last one, each one with great force behind them. After several attacks, Zack brought the sword down on the old man, who blocked, but the force of the attack caused him to knock the sword out of his hand. Zack came back around and jammed his sword into the stomach of the old man. The old man stopped suddenly as the sword entered his body. Zack pulled out, sending the old man to the ground. He did not bother finishing. He ran for the balcony where Gamgee had chased Violet. Zack came on the balcony and saw Gamgee had Violet cornered at the middle of the balcony railing. He was several feet from her, but it was enough to stop her from going anywhere. Zack took off running and came up on Gamgee as he closed the distance on Violet. Gamgee swung his sword at Violet's head, but he ducked and his sword hit the railing and got stuck in the wood. Gamgee pulled to free the sword, but it would not come loose. Zack saw this as he reached them. Instead of using his sword, he used his momentum. Feet from Gamgee, he jumped, extending his right leg and aimed his kick right at Gamgee's neck. Moments after jumping, he caught Gamgee right where he wanted to, at the base of his neck. The force and the power of the kick forced Gamgee forward over the railing and out of sight. Zack landed on his feet and turned to see that Violet was okay. She ran over to him and wrapped her arms around him. "Thank you," said Violet, releasing the hug. A strange look appeared on her face. She was shocked by what she saw. She saw great fury in Zack's eyes, but also a glowing mark on his forehead. The mark was of a minotaur head. Zack whipped his head back towards the room to see Alkaline fighting with Sphere, but not having much luck. "Check on Ryan," said Zack before running back towards the room. Violet did just as Zack asked, and she followed him, but stopped at Ryan as Zack continued for Sphere. When he reached the fight, Zack swung his sword at Sphere's back. Just as the blade was about to connect, he dodged it and turned to face him. Zack came back with another attack, but Sphere avoided it and brought his sword, parrying and brought his sword down on Zack's head. Seeing the sword coming from him, Sphere dodged but turned just as Alkaline's sword came and crossed his chest. The force of his attack sent Sphere off balance and landed on the floor next to the old gray man. Alkaline's attack had ripped open Sphere's tunic, and blood began spilling from the wound. Surprisingly to Alkaline, Sphere got to one knee. That was not what surprised me. It was seeing the wound stop bleeding and began to heal. The old man saw this and he reached his left hand and touched the base of Sphere's neck. Sphere's body jerked backwards as soon as the old man touched him. Zack saw an opening, rushed in, and thrust at Sphere's exposed chest. The wound from Alkaline's sword stopped healing. Zack's sword pierced his chest right in the heart. He pulled his sword from Sphere, and he fell to the ground, dead. He turned to Alkaline, and he was shocked to see the Minotaur on his forehead. At that moment, the old man stood up, the wound from Zack's sword in his stomach gone. "Well, I see I'm too weak to continue with this fight," said the old man, brushing himself off. "However, I did get something out of it, and that will come in handy." Zack turned, raising his sword to attack, but the old gray man burst into a bright light. Zack and Alkaline had to turn their heads from him since the light was so bright. Moments later, the light vanished, and when Zack turned back around, he saw that the old gray man was gone. Alkaline walked over and placed his hand on Zack's shoulder. He turned, forcing his hand off him, ready to strike. When Zack saw that it was Alkaline, he stopped himself from attacking. The mark of the Minotaur stopped glowing, where only a black tattoo should, and slowly it faded until it was gone. Zack dropped the sword and turned to Alkaline. "Ryan," said Zack, turning to see Violet kneeling over Ryan with her jacket over him. Zack and Alkaline walked over to him and knelt by him. Violet's hooded sweatshirt was soaked with blood. She looked at them with fear in her eyes. "He's lost a lot of blood," said Violet, pressing down on the wound. "Let go," said Alkaline, placing his hands where hers were. At that moment, the bands and scripts on his arm appeared, and the symbols quickly moved about, lining up like Zack had seen before. Once aligned, a bright light came off an Alkaline's hands and filled Ryan's body. His body remained lit up for a few moments, then slowly stopped. Alkaline removed his hands. "I've done what I could," said Alkaline. "The bleeding is stopped, but he will die if we do not get him medical attention." "You need to open the gate," said Violet. Zack turned to see that the gateway the old gray man had come through was still open. Alkaline stood up, walked over to the gateway, and looked over it. He then walked back over to them. "I don't know how that old man did it," said Alkaline. "He opened a two-way gateway. Also, one that has stayed open for this long is amazing. We will pick him up and carry him to the gateway." "Then what?" asked Violet. "We can call 911 once we get back," said Zack. "Violet will have to do that," said Alkaline. "You're staying here." "What?" asked Zack. "I'm going home." "Don't you see?" said Alkaline. "You used the Minotaur mark. DeMarcus is not the true king we have been waiting for. It is you."
First of all, I want to apologize to the editor.
You better apologize to him.
There were a number of moments where I either had to start over or I had to say things off to the side.
I think the author here just wanted to give you a challenge.
No,
Yeah.
I think the author is just challenged.
See, Adam, when
It was frustrating.
when I wrote this chapter, I knew 20 years-ish in the future,
Yeah, somebody else would be
you,
narrating.
not someone,
Me, very
you,
specifically.
you, and I wanted to give you a challenge in the second to last chapter. Yeah, there's because I've said this multiple times. I'm going to say it again, and I'll probably say it again in the next, about the last chapter, and I'll probably say it again in the wrap-up episode for this season. And all my memories of this story are other drafts.
Okay.
I do not remember any of this. Like, one of the big moments was Genesis realizing I hadn't put her in the dungeon. The original story, she's the slave girl out there.
Yeah.
Other drafts, she's in the dungeon. We get a little bit of she actually kind of serves a purpose a little bit. So when she pops up in later books, you're like, oh, okay.
I know her now.
Instead of there was a slave girl who had a fight
She still had fire in her eyes.
or something like that, and
There
he
was still
helped
some
her up.
fight in her.
He helped her up, and then
As
he
a-
wants to fight the slave guys.
As the rest of his friends just immediately abandoned him.
But like that, I swore DeMarcus showed back up. No, I'm not even.
Nope.
I'm not even sure. I can say he ever showed back up in other drafts other than Clock of Ages because I know he does.
Okay.
But I want to say he does. I was convinced he did, so maybe he did? I don't know.
Well, he doesn't show up in
Not
chapter
this one.
24.
Nope. So, like, there's so many of these... Also, all my memories of those other drafts and going through my files to trying to look for all the other drafts aren't really there until 2011.
Oh, okay.
I know that one draft was in 2010, so like around, but that's 2 years after I wrote this one. There has to be at least one other version because I know I wrote it in between. But those were probably the first drafts. But like the one I'm probably thinking of is the one from 2011 and onward. Because I don't remember the first draft. I don't remember the first drafts of the first person ones.
Because yeah, there's no DeMarcus in this chapter.
Nope.
There is a whole lot of some gray guy.
And I remember the fighting being better. I'm not saying good, better than this.
There's fighting? No,
Yeah.
no. There's a lot of people tripping and falling on the ground and having other people stab at them.
Yep.
Or hold a sword at them. There is no actual fighting other than Ryan and trying to defend himself,
No, he's trying to defend Violet.
which he does not do a good job of.
Nope. Like again,
I mean, he's untrained,
just
so
going,
it
just
makes
going,
sense.
just going to prove the point. He had no purpose being there, but
Hey,
because
hey,
you know,
Ryan is the best character in this book, bro.
but remember, Violet is his friend, so he's coming.
Of course. He's like, if Zach's dropping the ball on this one, I'm going to pick it right up. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah.
she's worth it. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know.
Oh, by the way, before we start going through and me trying to explain stuff that I should have been in there from the beginning.
Oh, yeah?
Or at least by the end of the book. No, you do not get any answers. I'm going to spoil it for the next chapter. You get no explanation of how things worked out.
Nope.
So, like, I had to explain it here. I knew it at the time. I just never put it in this version of the book, which I thought I did.
Oh, no,
Which
you
must
did not.
be in one of the later versions I did. Which goes to show, at least I can say I found things that I didn't work and I did improve to put them in there. It's just,
I'm going to have to read a new version of this.
well, the only one I want to do for the Storytime podcast is going to be Clock of Ages. That's the last version I did.
Okay.
And then we'll also do the second book on the Council of Zevin.
Zevin. Instead of 7?
Yeah, I was going for, I think it was originally, it was
Because there's 7 members of this council?
maybe, I don't remember.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I think, because the original thing was called the Council of Nor. Norle.
Norl?
Norl? I can't remember. Like I'm trying to pull off my head how the spelling was.
It's the Council of Norl.
But I just didn't like it when I wrote that. That one is where I stopped and I abandoned the series for 10 years.
Yeah.
I will say that at least that book, I can't say about Clock of Ages, but Penny and Ryan have an arc.
Oh, okay.
I think I leave off at the end of the arc. I stop at the end. Stop writing at the end of that arc. 'Cause I never finished the story, so I can't remember how they're. I have to find the outline, but there's a story for them, and we do get POV point of views from them.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I know when we do book 2, which I think is called Civil War. That will be for season 3.
All right.
I believe that one's in first person. I think. I haven't gone through it yet. But when printing is not, if printing ever becomes not expensive, I might print off a first draft, one of the first person viewpoints, and so you can at least read it.
Oh, okay.
And maybe if you like it, like, no, we should do this, we will. But yeah, so
I'm a guy who will do content.
I know
don't
you.
care.
I know. But by the way, I just want to say this: the Gray Man, he talks like a boss when he shows up, but then answers all the questions Lord Spirit had, like a little boss bitch.
I don't feel that way about him.
Why is Ryan Gosling acting like a little boss bitch? Yeah, yeah, because I've heard that he plays the gray man for the movie. Why? How do you think he talks?
See, for me, he was at such a level that Sphere does not affect him. That honestly, he's just like, "Hi, how's it going? I see that no one here is on my level. Okay, cool.
Well, the reason why I say he then answers all Lord Spirit's questions, like he comes in and he has that gravitas, but then he just answers the questions with no real reason. Doesn't like he came in and he's like, why is he answering them?
He doesn't answer any questions.
Yeah, he does. He answers where he came from. He doesn't give his name.
I mean, that's just somebody who knows that they are in control of the room, being like,
now to me,
"Hey, little man."
When I was listening to it, because I had Scrivener read it to me, it just came off to me as like the first thing, like, okay, no, he came in with pot, like he made an entrance, but then why are you answering where you came from, and in detail, when you just how you just came in.
And by the way, I do have to be like, his time on Earth was interesting. The week?
Yeah.
He had 1 week. What did he do? If this guy is showing up like a boss and being like, it was interesting my 1 week in New York, upstate.
I honestly never thought through what he was doing.
He destroyed the planet.
I think in later versions,
He enjoyed pizza.
in later versions of the story is they actually go back. You meet him on Earth, like they get through the portal, and the final fight scene happens in the woods behind Greater Plains. And you find him passed out, like because the idea is. He's so weak he's so used to using the forbidden magic. He's so weak on Earth with no forbidden magic. He can't really do much. Though it doesn't really make which won't really track if I remember, because I think that's how he stabs Ryan. Ryan gets stabbed. But I can't remember. I have to go through that draft, but I think that's one of is. So he's just passed out basically for the entire time.
Okay.
But not in this one.
So, yeah, in this one.
Should we just start going over the events?
Yeah. Yeah, we should. Because it's going to be me asking a lot of questions.
Okay. But so we start off the chapter with the gray man.
Yep.
Walking in.
Boom. Like
the portal.
Boss.
Like a boss.
Brushed his shoulders off. It was like, for me, he's in a suit. He's in a 3-piece suit. That dude looks fantastic. He has a little cape that hangs over one shoulder.
But yeah, he shows up. Lord Sphere is like, "Who are you? How'd you?"
He's like, "It doesn't matter who I am.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't."
But yeah, I will answer that one question though, because I
opened the gate. I saw the coin.
I'm so proud of myself that I was able to do this. I gotta brag.
He literally said, "Oh, I just opened the gate, you idiot." That's basically what he's like.
Yeah, I found the coin.
Don't you do you know how this system works? Game G immediately being like, "Hey, I'm gonna stick up for my boyfriend. Fuck you, you don't talk to Lord Sphere that way."
Yep, and then Lord Sphere is just like, don't go near that man, because...
Yeah, like, right away, you got Lord Sphere responds with, like, Game G, shut up. You have no idea who you're talking to. That is the moment of, yes, I can read your mind, and I know that you are. You actually kind of scare me.
Because his person he's been following.
Yeah.
the whole Seven Lords kind of launched their rebellion against with using his name.
Yeah.
Well, using the teachings or journals or something. I think it's what the original backstory for some of the Seven Lords were. So they looked up to this guy. And I just wrote here there that how does he know that? Because that's how Lord Spirit is so good, and good is around.
Yeah.
So, and then we find out that he can read minds. That's how he knows. How he like Alkaline. He tells him like that's how I know you were moving. All that stuff.
Okay. Yes. No. Here's the best part.
Okay.
We, Lord Spear, sorry, man in gray, I don't have time to talk to you anymore.
Yeah.
Which is weird because you're the one who asked him questions.
I know.
But whatever.
I know.
I'm in the middle of something. Let me read this out loud.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you
25,000 questions?
probably.
Okay.
Seeing Sphere distracted, a bright flash and a sword like the one Zack had appeared against Gamgee at the dance appeared in his hand. Who? Whose sword showed up?
Ackland's. He's comparing the same sword that Zack used when he fought Gamgee at the dance. Duh, it's right there on the page, Adam.
No, it isn't!
It's
Where
exactly
is
what
it?
it said.
Now, if you said that Alkaline summoned a sword into his hand, much like the one that Zack had when he fought against Gamgee at the school dance,
Exactly what it says.
but that's not what that
It's
says.
totally what it says, Adam. Duh. Okay, that's one question.
Yeah, no, that was pretty much. There's a lot of.
Well, then after that, we get Spear talking about like, oh, you're not just a sentinel, you're a rogue.
You're one of the rogues.
And my note here is, Adam, wow, Alkin's a rogue, like the Marcus. Why are rogues so bad at fighting and stupid?
Yes,
That's including DeMarcus.
I know.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then we get this whole sort of fight. The gray man seems to be fine with not being involved
No,
until
no.
he gets shoved into.
He immediately decides that because Gamgee shoved Zack
Yep.
and Zack tumbled and bumped into him,
Yep.
that this is a worthy time to kill this kid.
Yep.
Not the guy who caused the kid to bump into me. No. I'm not going to go after that guy because I don't know who anyone is in here.
No.
I just know that one dude can read my mind and he seems a little scared of me. But he just told that dude to go kill that girl and he bumped this kid in front of me. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, you
but
go for the kid.
Most kids, yeah, I'm going to attack the kid.
Yep. Absolutely.
I'm not going to try to stop the guy who just.
Yep. Nope. You go for the kid.
This would have been a great moment for the man in gray to show off how powerful he was by basically one-shotting Gamgee as he's running past him.
No.
And be like, bam. And Gamgee just going, what the hell just happened?
Nah.
And then do it to Ryan.
Nah. And then we get a whole fight. We get some fighting here. Zack is pinned down, while Ackland fights with Sphere. Ryan tries to protect Violet. Ryan gets stabbed by Gamgee.
No, he gets cut.
Oh, he gets cut.
He just gets cut.
Gets cut by Gamgee, and that's enough to piss Zack off, where he's able to sweep the legs out from the man in gray and gets up. And my response was, when did Zack learn to fight? Has he been holding back his true skill? Nah.
Oh, yeah, and there's an entire I don't know how many words it is that you could have just gone with, and then Zach kipped up from the
I know.
floor.
Well,
Instead, we got. He brought his legs over his head, pressing on the floor with his shoulder, threw his legs forward, and jumped to his feet. He kept up.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. Some people will say, how I wrote it is how you're showing it. Other people say, just say kick up.
Just say it.
In this, for a young adult, I should have just said kicked up.
Yep.
In an adult fiction story, it's either or, and how kind of more preference.
Jumped to his feet from the floor.
But no, it's yeah. And then he just goes berserk. Apparently secret fighting skills. And then we learn Adam, Zach knows martial arts and can do sick flying kicks that kills Gamgee by going over the balcony on the 3rd floor. What the fuck is happening? I mean, I know what's happening. I don't explain it.
A much better moment there would have been that Violet was just off to the side and Zach comes plowing through and just shoulder tackles Gamgee off the balcony.
Nah, the flying kick's so much cooler.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Totally
cooler.
Because the physics of it would cause him to immediately be going down. Which means that he was already pressed against the rail. And then Zach would have gone over the rail with him.
No. If you shoulder attack him, he would go over with him. Flying kick.
How did he stop?
Hitting Gamgee. The force went through.
He comes to it. No. There's still forward momentum happening.
No, not really. Actually, you know what? Better.
All of it transferred.
Actually, Adam, you know what would be a better ending, a better sequence there?
What?
Zach jumps up, flying kick at Gamgee's neck. He ducks. Zach flies over and he dies.
Yes. It's now the Violet story. Violet actually is the only one that survives.
No.
And no one believes her.
No. Immediately after that, we don't find out what happens here at all. We cut to Genesis' story.
Yes. It's now her from now on. That's how the book ends.
The chapter ends there. Cut to Genesis. Wait, what happened in the last thing? We've been building up this only for this to happen?
Yes.
Yes.
And it's one sentence. Genesis opens her eyes, rubs her hands together, and goes, I love it when a plan comes together. And you're like, is she the villain? She just killed 3 kids. And it's like Alkine's like, we needed to sacrifice them.
So do you want to know why Zach and all of a sudden fight?
Why?
He's using the Minotaur mark. The Minotaur mark allows him to go into like battle rage. So his strength is greatly increased, and he doesn't really have skill, but he just relentless power and striking speed.
Basically, you just described the fight between Vader and Luke on the Death Star 2 at the end of Jedi, where Luke just starts swinging.
Yeah.
There's no skill. It's just swinging. And Vader's like, oh, crap. All I can do is block here. Even though I am more powerful, but he's not giving me a moment to be able to do anything.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And I mean, I saw that. It's just...
But it's... And, well, I had to hop into Violet's head really quickly so, I can mention the Minotaur mark.
Oh, yeah.
Because I couldn't figure out a way to explain the Minotaur mark without through Zach's point of view.
No.
Just jump into his head, show the Minotaur mark on his forehead.
Yeah.
That was literally my response. Like, what?
And so
why is it on his forehead?
Is it a full Minotaur or is it just a bull's head?
Profile of the Minotaur head.
So it's just a bull's head.
No, it's a Minotaur head.
It's just a bull's head.
No, it's a Minotaur.
I'm sorry.
No, totally a Minotaur.
Minotaur means that there is a body.
Yeah, but just the mark is of the bull's head of this point of view. That looks like a Minotaur.
Yeah, Never mind. Never mind. Also, there's not a lot. Why the forehead?
Don't know.
Why not across the chest?
don't
as
know.
It burns through his skin.
I don't know.
He could feel the heat of a mark on his chest, and he rips open his shirt
I
to
think
reveal a minotaur
I think it's originally.
with 2 battle axes.
I think it's on his shoulder in one version. I honestly don't remember.
Like The Rock.
Yeah, kind of. He's a pro wrestling fan.
God damn it! It will never go away. You know what this chapter needs more?
More Highlander?
A rewrite.
No, no.
Oh, and by the way,
No. This chapter does not need a rewrite. You're confusing it with something. It's not the chapter needs a rewrite. It needs the entire book needs a rewrite.
I mean, yeah, that too. But
Specifically, this one needs a lot of focus.
by the way, I do like the fact that the way you described Zach reaching the balcony and seeing Game G and Violet had Violet cornered.
Yeah.
In the middle of the balcony railing. There's no corner there, first of all. But Zach came on the balcony.
Yeah.
Oh, Game G Violet. And they were like, dude. He's like, sorry.
So Zach is a cuckold?
No, he didn't even notice them there. He gets this way anytime he does any sword fighting.
Oh, so you're saying when he becomes Highlander?
Yes.
He just...
It's like, it's the most orgasmic experience of his life.
By the way, he did corner her in the middle of the balcony railing. He's just a big guy. She can't go... The idea is you're cornered. You don't have to be in a corner. Corners, they can't get anywhere. But you just want to be literal. So shut up.
I am pedantic.
I know you do. When you explained that to me the first time, off mic,
Yep.
I don't think you said in the the railing.
It was in the middle of the railing.
Yeah, I don't think you said the middle of the railing. I think you said middle of the balcony.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, you have a point there. But when you said the railing, no, you can still corner there. You're in the middle of the balcony, and she's in the middle of the balcony railing. Yeah, he doesn't have her cornered yet, but yeah, no. But then after that, we get Zach running back to help Alkaline. Spear is just able to block no matter what he throws at him. But then Alkaline is able to come out of nowhere and stab Spear. Only for his wound to heal. Start to heal. And then but he falls where the gray man is, and he sees that, touches him, and the wound stops healing. The old man, the gray man, stands up and goes like, "Yeah, I'm good. Peace."
Yeah, no, all we get really was Spear's body jerking.
Oh yeah, jerking.
Then Zach thrusting his sword, and then noticing that the wound isn't healing anymore.
Oh, okay. But
right
yeah,
in the heart.
So Spear dies. The gray man lives. Says something about it was worth getting. He got something out of this that will come in handy. Though again, I thought I told you what that was in this version. In later versions I do. It's the Phoenix Mark.
Okay.
And apparently not in this version, but another version of the story. Zack gets the actual Phoenix Mark by attacking, or doing something to Helion. That's the Gray Man.
The Gray Man.
While he's stealing it from the copy from Sphere. Somehow, because of something we haven't talked about. We've read it in the chapter. Because he's the true king. It just works that way.
Yeah.
So he gets his Phoenix Mark, and that's what allows him to heal. And Zach gets it at the exact same time. I think I know at one point what I wanted to do, but I clearly didn't do it here. And I didn't do any other drafts. One idea I had thought about doing was when Zach first comes into Eilira, the Phoenix Mark just appears, comes and hits him, he's engulfed in flames, and then he's just
Okay.
Because as a sign that he is the true king. And I just decided not to do that.
Yeah, that would have been way too... I mean, unless you're going to play Alkaline as someone who's like, I know what that means, but I'm not going to tell the kid because the kid can't know right now.
Yep, because that's how you tell the stories. At this time I was reading, you don't fill the kid in until they absolutely need to know, which is always after their life has been in major risk.
Well, I mean, also, the other thing about that is, you know, what is Zach going to do with that information?
Yep. But yeah, so... But the reason why Alkaline was able to attack and hit Spear was because his weakness to only being doing one focus on one mind, and then he steals that, and then we get the big reveal, Adam, that no one saw coming. Zach is the true king. Dun dun dun.
Because he could use the Minotaur mark.
Yep. It's not a bad reasoning, but there was no build up to it.
None.
There's not enough information for us to understand in the moment.
Yeah. No. It just goes, wait, what? Like, that's honestly where I went, oh, this was just a chapter that you knew you needed to get to. Zach is the true king. Information out there by the end of this book. And might as well now do it.
No, I think it was always planned. There was always a plan to do it at the end of the book because it's one of those like kind of reveals.
I mean, you could have had that brought out, like the reveal at the end. No, Zach, you have to come back with me.
Yeah,
we have to go back to Eilira because you are the one true king. You are the resurrection of the one true king.
One of the things I know, one of the things that leads to the Zach and Penny storyline in the Council of Zevin is because they're both from Eilira in that version of the story.
Okay.
They know, and they're not supposed. They can't tell Zach that. Actually, I think they can't tell him he's from Eilira.
Okay.
And or something like that. I can't remember. And that leads to because they violated orders. They go on trial. But yeah, there was always like. The reveal of some kind of secret at the end of the book was always what the goal was, and then start building towards that. But yeah, it's just a dun dun dun. No, it's not a dun dun dun. We know it's. We literally told that DeMarcus is the true king. Yeah, he's a little pussy, and he's in the mark the entire thing.
We haven't said that at all in this book.
No, we have.
No, he's not he's just someone from Eilira.
No. Alkaline said he's the true king. No, it's a deal. He says what are we going to do with our true king? Yeah,
but that just feels like he's the
But it is said
head of the Sentinels.
It is said. And I'm pretty sure later on that Alkaline says it too. But still, who are we following this? Why this YA adventure? Not DeMarcus.
No.
It's Zach. Duh. So, but then we get told again you can't leave. After they have trying to get Ryan to, Alkaline heals him enough just so he can get there.
Yeah.
Through the portal to get medical help, but Zach can't go. And then we get the biggest character break in the moment, which happens in the next chapter.
Yeah.
Not through Zach's point of view, though. I don't know. When we get there, we'll get there in the next episode. But
honestly,
yeah,
the end of this book has been a kick in the balls.
I don't know what you're talking about. That reveal that Alkaline had the stones in time the entire time. Greatest twist of all time. Duh.
We know that was supposed to be the build up to this fight.
I know.
And this fight it's a three-way fight that we get so little from.
Well, because we're following Zach being a badass and showing his true fighting skill before revealing it's the Minotaur mark. Duh.
If you did it as if it was a D&D fight, it is 5 moves.
Nah.
It is 5 total turns,
Nah.
and then it's done.
Nah. This fight was going on for like 40 minutes. Totally.
It's
I know. It's
a squash match.
I know.
You built up Sphere to have him taken out by Zach. Not taken out by Alkaline.
No.
No. A 14-year-old boy whose only skill in this so far is that he has the ability to use marks.
Not just marks. Legendary marks.
You haven't explained
I know.
anything regarding
I know.
legendary marks or
No, we have.
common marks.
No, we have. Because in the Kevin or Shorn, we get a little bit of lore about them. We don't go into what some look like or their abilities. We just know that it's a legendary mark that DeMarcus stole.
Okay.
And now
Yeah.
it's in Zach's. That would have been a great time to lore drop. These marks are only able to be used by, because I think we do get that the 7 lords cloned them to win the war 50, 60 years ago.
Okay.
I can't remember the exact time frame. Would have been a great time frame because right there is like they had to clone them because only the Promised King can use them.
These
You add-
legendary marks.
If you use that, you add that one line there. This you don't have to worry about. I don't have to.
Yeah.
It solves the problem.
You
And
could
pro-
also maybe say what the mark was that DeMarcus stole.
Well, that I think you could have been a build up before we see Zach use it. Maybe saying like, "I want the Minotaur mark back." Like
Yes.
in that reveal, so we know. But we doesn't have to be revealed there. But like at some point before it's used, yeah. So we know exactly which one it is.
That way, when it gets used, you can go, how is Zach using it? DeMarcus is the one that stole it.
Yeah.
And DeMarcus is now in the half moon.
We think because it's now no longer red. It's black, so yeah.
We don't know where DeMarcus went.
See, you want to know a secret, Adam? The Stones of Time. Spit up too much time for him. He's ashes in the mark.
He is the gray man.
And the next time Zach is gonna go to use the marks, a poof of ash of like dust. That's the ashes coming out.
Ah, yeah.
And it's gonna be doing that for
honestly,
a very
you could've-
long time. Why am I doing that? And then someone like, yeah, that's the ashes from your late father. We spit it when Spear used the Stones of Time. He spit up too much, and he just died.
Yeah. No, you could have had it done as DeMarcus does show up.
Yep.
Lord Spear's like, crap, you weren't supposed to be healed. And now you are. But I want my stuff back. Otherwise, I'll kill these kids.
Yeah.
Man, the gray man shows up. DeMarcus is like, you are outclassed, Spear. I can take you out before you even move. Gray man shows up. DeMarcus legit has to take a step back. He's like, oh, you're here.
He doesn't know who that is
Oh my God, how would he not know?
because he wasn't around when over. I can't remember, like
The king wouldn't-
5,000 years ago.
The king wouldn't have been told about these, about...
They don't know who the darkness is that he's gonna the true king is gonna vanquish.
Okay. Well, in that case, he can show up, do something that makes, that legit will make even DeMarcus go, hold up, wait a minute, who are you? And also, maybe Sphere take a step back and be like, hold up, wait a minute, who are you?
See, well, we're in it now, so let's talk about how to fix this chapter. First,
Rewrite the entire thing.
no. Besides that, obviously, one, actually describe the fights. Mm-hmm. Big thing right there. And the other one is like, here's how I would do it. When the gray man shows up, he's not involved in the fight at all. Sphere knows who he is. that's why we get that. So we get that little tidbit.
Okay.
DeMarcus shows up. He doesn't know who it is, and he's hesitant, but he doesn't know who it is. But since he's not getting involved, and he looks like, finally I'm back. It's like, and he has that little exchange like, well, if you have problems, if you have issues, don't mind me, and just walks over. But he doesn't leave. He just sits there, like, I'll talk to the winners. Whoever wins, I'll talk to you when you win. Talk to you when you if you win.
Okay.
And Lord's freaking like, even show like hesitant to correct him. Like, do I correct the guy who I basically idolized and based my help take over this world?
Wait. Are you telling me that Spear knows who this guy is? But
Because he read his mind.
but DeMarcus wouldn't have even known. Even if Spear said, "Oh, that's Hellion,"
He doesn't.
but if he said that out loud,
Oh yes, everyone
would
would know that.
DeMarcus know who that was?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because everyone knows that's the tyrant who ruled.
They know his abilities.
They think they know his abilities.
I mean, it's
They know what-
embellished over decades.
Yeah, they
and
know what
thousands, millennia.
Because then what you do is you then do this fight scene. Zack takes out Gamgee, comes to fight Spear. It takes the three of them to overwhelm there, and it's not Zack kills him not because he's skilled, but because he had Alclan DeMarcus have him distracted, and he can come in with the killing blow. Then we see the revealed, and it's then Sphere, the Gray Man sees this. Oh, what's that? Goes over and he shoves him away, and he goes like this, and he spins. You could then see the Phoenix mark appear somewhere.
Stop putting them on people's
I'm
foreheads,
just putting it up
Tim.
here because that's what I'm just going there. See that the Phoenix mark is there. And you're like, ooh, that would be useful. Touch it and rip it off. Like, but it's not like rip it and like it hurts him, but it's like removes it. And then Sphere just dies. And then they go, like, what did you do here? And then you get the display.
Yes.
I will throw a caveat in there because I just wanted, because I think because of how he was set up, he gives a demonstration, puts like how powerful he is, and then immediately collapses. But not to the point where they can get up and stop him.
Okay.
But it's like he drops to like he overexerted himself. He's still recovering from being back on this, from centuries of not being around the forbidden magic. And that's why he reserves. That's why he retreats.
I think you should have him retreat without showing that.
No, because I would want him to show. I would want him to show because it's like because the idea is he's weak without the forbidden magic. Now he has it back. He's a little too confident. It comes back, and his body is not there yet. But it's not to the point where what he does doesn't. He injures them, but they can't take advantage of it.
I just have him leave because you can't have your monster show up, be badass, and then immediately be like, "But I'm also weak."
I'm weak for,
and then leave.
Yeah, you can't. You do is, I overexert myself. Well, then if you want to do that, you throw in maybe Zack and DeMarcus, or Zack and Alclan, or one of them try to take advantage of it, and even in his weakened state, they're no match for him.
Maybe.
But that's why you're saying, because you're saying up like, and he can even like he grabs the sword. Like, I may be weak, doesn't mean I'm that weak, and I'm only weak now. But the next time you see me, I won't be.
You can't really do it.
But no, you can do it. You can pull it off. You just have to figure out the right way to do it. And then you do the next time you in the next book you make sure you give that moment. And I don't think
Maybe.
I think he appears in the second book because I can't remember. So. Everything, but that's how I would do it. And I would also say, Zach, from back, like, Zach, you're the true king. We're in dangerous territory right now. You can go home, but I'm coming back because you have to come back because you're the true king.
Yes.
But that's how I would change, how I'd fix it. And maybe
also maybe have DeMarcus tell him that he's his son. And
nah, that can wait.
no.
Yeah, that can wait.
No, it
that can
can't.
totally wait.
Also having DeMarcus talk to Zach this entire book and calling him my boy.
No, he doesn't need that.
Boy. I'm gonna kick you off a mountain, boy.
See, that would be an interesting mind frame thing is to add in though, not talk to Zach and give him like tell him his you're my son or anything, but
no, Zach, I am your father. Training
him like when they sleep, having like he appears and he learns such basic fighting skills.
Maybe
something like
every
that
time
way.
he's sleeping, it's massive workout session.
Which allows him to at least defend himself. And even Alex was like, how did you do that? Well,
I've been training in my dreams.
It's like, I've had these constant dreams of DeMarcus and him training me. I don't think that can't be it.
I mean,
and then
they're just dreams, right?
Yeah.
Now Glenn going, dreams are powerful, kid.
No, you do the voice.
If you dream, dreams are powerful. If you dream about something, you can make it true. The best part is, I love this version of Alkaline, and I wish that he could stay that way forever. Where you're just like, I mean, you're not wrong. You're an idiot, but you're good at doing what it is that you do.
Not really.
Right? He's a spy that everyone really underestimates as a spy because, man, he's like just out here trying to catch a good vibe, bro. And everyone's like, yeah, there's no way he's a spy. And he's like, oh, yeah. Why don't you show me where you keep all your secrets, dude? And the guy's like, come on, I'll show you. And he's like, thanks, man. That's some cool stuff.
Stab.
Nope, doesn't even stab him. Walks with him, buys him a beer, and then heads home with copies of all of it. And they're like, he stole from us again, didn't he? It's like, yeah, but he's such a nice guy. He's so
It
chill.
can't be him.
He actually gave me a bunch of words of wisdom. Don't trust people that make you think that you're the smartest person in the room. I mean, son of a bitch. He just did it to me, didn't he? And they're like, yeah, he did. He did. He made you feel like the smartest person in the room, and you trusted him, and he took advantage of you. Again, it's the third time this week, John. It's the third time. We need to talk about this.
Yeah, but all right. Anything else you want to add to this?
No, that's it.
But yeah, this is trying to remember. Like I not remember. That's how bad this book was. I don't remember any of it. I don't remember other versions of this story. But all right, it's your turn. Let us know down in the comment section what your thoughts of this story in this chapter. Did you enjoy it? Were you surprised that Zach was the true king all along? No, you weren't. But let us know down in the comment section. Since you made it here, we're assuming you enjoyed it, so why not go and smash that like button and do it as a prayer to the holy algorithm.
The holy algorithm.
And subscribe because I got writing content on this channel, which will be on the screen. But maybe you need to laugh, and you need to not laugh at my writing, but you need to laugh at people trying to play games and failing. Adam?
They can go ahead and check out my channel, ZOP Gaming, and we put the pro in quotes.
You should be like, we put the quotes around pro.
No, we put the pro in quotes.
No, the quotes
because
around pro.
Some people will be like, we put the pro in professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we don't. No, we don't. We put it in quotes.
No. Anyway, there's a link to his channel on screen as well. Pick something, we'll see you there. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.